Well, today we're on this, the Kawasaki Ninja 1000 SX. A lot of you will actually know that Suzuki has actually now brought out a GSX S1000 GT. Basically it's very similar to this in price and in spec and in engine as well, because that's an inline 4-cylinder as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to compare it to that a bit, because a couple of weeks ago I did actually do a review on that bike. So I'm going to compare this to that, see what's sort of different on them, what bike I prefer really, what I think is the best one, what one I'd buy. So yeah, let's take a look. This comes with a really nice TFT dash. It's only 4.5 inches, so it's quite a bit smaller than the Suzuki GT one, but it's still a really good clear dash. So it's got everything you need on there. It's got your fuel gauge, your gear indicator. It's actually got like lean angle sensors as well, but I can't see you really need that, but that's got it. And you do actually get 3 rider modes and cruise control as well, which is nice. Obviously on a touring bike you definitely want that. You can actually connect your phone up to this as well. There's an app called Rideology, so you can just download that, and then you can change some settings on the bike as well on your phone, and you can answer your phone calls, listen to music and stuff like that if you've got a headset. So another nice thing this has actually got is an IMU. So this is actually all lean sensitive for the ABS and traction control, which is quite a nice thing to have actually on a bike that's sort of priced at this range. On the Suzuki GT, it hasn't got that. It's got traction control and ABS, but it's not lean sensitive. So this is something that this has got and the Suzuki hasn't. It also comes with LED lights and indicators, which is a nice little touch, keep it nice and modern. So this has a 19-litre fuel tank, so you should get good mileage out of this. This will probably do around 50 to the gallon. You know, it's a very good engine in this, very efficient and that. So the seat height on this is 835mm. But there is 3 different types of seats you can buy for it. There's actually a lower seat, a gel seat and a comfort seat. So it should definitely be a seat that suits you. The weight of this bike is actually 235 kilograms. So it's a little bit heavier than the Suzuki GT, but not by a lot. This has a 1043cc engine in it. So it's actually a little bit of a bigger engine actually than the Suzuki GT. It's got 140 brake horsepower. And it's got 111 newton meters of torque. The Suzuki GT, that's actually got 150 brake horsepower, so that's 10 horsepower more than this, but it's actually got 106 newton meters of torque, so it's only got a little bit less than this. This actually has a slipper clutch and clutch assist as well, so that makes your lever nice and easy to pull, which is very light. It's really nice to pull away on this. So yeah, so you ain't gonna have an achy hand. It actually has an up and down quick shifter as well as standard, which is the same on the Suzuki GT. So for the brakes, it's got 300mm twin discs on the front and Kawasaki 4-piston calipers. And the rear has a single 250mm disc with a 1-piston caliper. The front suspension has upside down fully adjustable forks, and on the rear that's just adjustable for rebound and preload. But there is a nice little hand adjuster on the rear here, so you can adjust the preload very easily. So if you've got a passenger or luggage, you can just adjust it that way, which is nice actually. So the prices start from £11,449. So it's very closely priced to the Suzuki GT. Suzuki GT is just £150 more, that's all. Right, so let's go and take it for a ride and see what it's like. So straight away, as soon as you ride this, you notice the suspension is a lot softer on this, and the seat is as well. So this is a lot more comfortable to ride, as like suspension wise. It takes the bumps really easily, where the Suzuki GT, that's a lot harder ride. That's set up for more of a sportier ride than this. And I'd say the leg room in this is better as well. My legs don't feel so cramped on this. So I'm going along here at 30 mile an hour, and the fueling's spot on it. It's really nice off and on the throttle. No jerkiness, it's not snatchy. It's lovely, that constant throttle. I say it's just as good as the Suzuki GT. Right, so let's try the quick shifter up here then. Yeah, it's nice and smooth. Yeah, it's good up gears. So like down. Yeah. Yeah, going nice. That's not as smooth as the Suzuki one though. The Suzuki one's just like perfect. Hardly any effort, it just drops in. With this, you've got to be a bit more forceful with it. The upshift's alright, that's the downshift, you've got to be a bit more forceful, you know, to get it in, make sure it go. Right, let's turn off down here. Get back onto a 60 mile an hour road again. We'll just try these brakes out up there. Try them down here when we stop, and then at lower speed, and then we'll try them at higher speed. Because that's something that the Suzuki wasn't very good on, was the brakes, to be honest. They're a bit wooden when you first put them on. So these, they just feel so much nicer, even at lower speed, just like then. As soon as you pull them, they start biting, you know, which is nice. The Suzuki brakes, I reckon if you just put some pads in them, the Suzuki GT that is, if you change the pads, then I reckon they'd be alright. It's probably down to that, to be honest. Alright. Try them now, no one behind me. Yeah, they're so much better. Really good performance on them. Nice and powerful brakes. I'd say they're way better than the Suzuki brakes. Way better. So that definitely wins the brake competition. This does. But yeah, just going along there, doing 60 mile an hour. The wind protection is pretty good on it actually. I got the screen in the furthest up position, and that was fine. You feel a little bit under pressure, not a lot though. And all my legs were fine, they weren't being blown around. The fairing's doing a good job. So this is the standard screen, so you can get the touring one. So this will be a little bit higher and a bit wider. So that'd probably be a good thing to buy, to be honest, if you're going to go touring. Just get that bit more protection. Be a bit nicer then if you're sitting there for a few hours on a dual carriageway. So let's go over a few points then that I've sort of noticed between the two bikes. Like I said, the quick shifter on the Suzuki wins easily. That's like perfect quick shifter on that. You know, you just won't get a better one. This is still good. I'm not, you know, dissing it. It's still good, but it's just not as good as the Suzuki. So the next thing, leg room. I think this has got a little bit more leg room on this. Not much more, but a little bit, I think. Another thing, the horsepower. This is 140 horsepower. The Suzuki is 150. But this is 111 newton meters of torque. Suzuki is 106 newton meters of torque. So they're both very close. You know, you're not going to notice it, to be honest. And they've both got loads of power, more than you'll need anyway. So you ain't got to worry about that. The dash on this is only a 4.5 inch. I think the Suzuki one was 6.5. I'll put it on the screen what it was. But that's a lot bigger. That's sort of a bit nicer really on the Suzuki. But this is still fine. There's nothing wrong with it. The brakes on this are way better. Definitely a lot better than the Suzuki brakes. But like I say, if you bought one of them, I'd put some pads in it, change the pads, put some nice EBC pads in or something like that. I reckon that will change that. That'll be a lot better. But yeah, so this win on the brakes side. And the handling and stuff, like I say, this is a bit more wallowy, you know, because it's a lot softer suspension. So, you know, if you wanted to push this will get out of hand a bit earlier than the Suzuki would. You're better to push that Suzuki more in the corners and stuff. But this is more comfortable. So, depends what you want. Like I said, the fueling on these, both of them are just as good as each other. They're perfect really, the fueling. No problems there. So what bike would I buy if I was going to buy one? I'd probably go for the Suzuki. I think that looks better. A bit of a harder ride, but I'll probably just slightly soften it, only a little bit, because you don't want to lose too much handling. I'll then put some different pads in it, so the brakes are better. So other than that really, you know, because that has got a better quick shifter as well. But like I say, this probably would be a bit more nicer on a longer run. So if you're gonna go on a long journey, this might be a bit nicer, a bit comfortable with the seat's softer. But yeah, it's only a little bit in it really. So yeah, best you just take out both of them for a ride, see what you think. But they're both great bikes, really good. So if you're interested in this or the Suzuki GT, then give Orwell's a bell. They'll be more than happy for you to take it out for a run, and I'm sure they'd do you a good deal on one as well if you're interested in one. So just mention itching to ride if you do. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please check out my other videos. If you like what you see, please click on that subscribe button, and then I'll see you all in the next vid.